So I did the wrong twin earlier. Sorry about that. So this is a factoring problem. We're going to pull a 16 because we can. And then we're going to think about this pattern in mathematics that you're supposed to memorize. Something squared minus something squared is a minus b times a plus b. This is important. Remember that stuff. So anyways, to make an x squared takes an x and an x. 2 squared creates a 4. One of them's negative, one of them's positive. And number 2 has been something that I don't understand why kids don't get, but it's like super easy. We subtract 44 from both sides, and then we counteract squaring by taking the square root. Now, we've been over this, like we've beat this horse to death. This is plus or minus the imaginary root of 44. And then you go back to freshman algebra 1 where you simplified radicals. This is the imaginary root of 4 times the root of 11. And the root of 4 is 2, so 2i root 11. Do not forget the plus or minus symbol. I will have to count off if you do. There are 2 answers. It was x squared. Solve the factored polynomial, multiple select, and there are 4 zeros. So we're just going to take each factor. We're going to use that ZPP, zero product property. We're going to say 3x is 0, divide by 3. God help you if you need a calculator, but anyways, x is 0. There's one of them. 2x plus 7 is a 0, so 2x is a negative 7 divided by 2. X is negative 7/2. There she is. I skipped that one for some reason. I don't know why. X minus 1 is 0. X is 1. There she is. And then we have 2x minus 1/9 is a 0. And I know this one is the one that's going to bug kids. Just going to add that 1/9 over. Division happens in the denominator. Division happens in the denominator. They both start with a D. And 9 times 2 is 18. So 1/18. There's the other one. Moving forward, FOIL and show your work. All right, so I think this one's the same as it was on the last one. We just got to do a little math here. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times a negative 7i is minus 21i. 2i times 6 is plus 12i. And then we have 2i times negative 7i, which is negative 14i squared. And you must remember that I squared is negative 1. So this piece right here is negative 14 times negative 1, which is positive 14. Now I can combine like terms. 18 and 14 makes 32. And then negative 21 plus 12 is minus 9. So choice B, solve using the QF. Just sing to yourself x equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And of course, pick out your a's and b's and c's. A is 3, b is negative 4, and c is 7. And then we're going to plug in. So x is negative b. Opposite of a negative 4 is a positive 4. Plus or minus square root of a negative 4 that is squared minus 4 times a, which was 3, times c, which is 7. All sitting pretty over twice a, twice a 3. Then we're going to crank out what's in here. So this is 16, right? And then I have take away 12 times 7, 84. And 16 minus 84. Boy, I must be tired. It's negative 68. All right. So what do I have now? I have 4 plus or minus a root of negative 68. That's not right. No, that's right. Both pieces hitting over 6. So think about this guy, the root of a negative 68. It is an imaginary root of something. So 68 should be divisible by 4. It should be 4 times 17. And the root of 4 is 2. So 2i root 17. Let's 4 over 6 plus or minus of 2I root 17 over 6, and we do some more simplification. 4 6 is 2/3. Sorry about the idiots laughing. And then the imaginary root of 17 over a 3 because of simplification. Moving forward to 6, use synthetic division to determine if f of negative 3 for this polynomial. This is telling me x is -3, so we're going to put a -3 outside. My coefficients are 1, 2, -5, -10. I'm going to drop, multiply, and add. I drop the 1. -3 times 1 is -3. I add, I get -1. -3 times -1 is 3. I add, I get -2. -3 times -2 is 6. I add, and I get -4. I put an equal symbol there. And this is my remainder. Choice D. Determine the average rate of change over the interval from -1 to 2 for this polynomial. So this is A, this is B. My formula for average rate of change is f of B minus f of A, sitting pretty over B minus A. So I'm going to figure out some numbers here. I'm going to find f of B by plugging in a 2. It'll be -2 times a 2 that is squared plus a 3. And I'm just going to do this one in my head. This is 4 times -2 is -8. Add 3 and I get -5. And we'll just check that because I talked about using the storage feature because God bless you, some of you guys can't do this. Take a 2, store it to x, type in the original equation. I got -5. Find f of A. I'm going to plug in a -1. That becomes 1 times -2 is -2 plus 3 is 1. Let's see if I'm right. -1, store x. This is why I like the storage feature. Just highlight previous work, press enter, and it's 1. All right, so let's plug in here. We have a -5 for f of B. We are taking away a 1, and it's sitting over 2 minus a -1. -5 take away 1 is -6. 2 minus a -1 is 3, and this is -2 when everything is said and done. Now, let me see how long the next one is, because I could avoid my pre-calc class for a little while, but I ain't got that kind of time. So I will finish this video during my planning period.